Hello, dear students. Very good morning. I hope all of you are fine and doing well. This is Vaibhav Shah, and the subject which we are going to discuss today is economics. This is our chapter number 6, that is unemployment, and lecture number 9 of this particular session. I hope all of you are enjoying my sessions, and if there is any of the difficulties or doubts that arise in your mind, then please feel free to contact me. I can solve it. Done. Now let us move forward. In last session we discussed about the first four causes of unemployment, and today we are going to discuss from fifth point onwards. Lack of vocational education. As we discussed this glimpse of this point in last lecture, today we are going to discuss about it in detail. In India, one of the reasons for a high educational unemployment is ineffective educational system. It means the educational system which we are following today is ineffective. It is same as all other countries' education system, that there is at least the education up to the 12 or 15 years in each and every countries. But then also our education system is not generating a managers or a businessman, but it generating laborers only. This is the first limitation. And second limitation, without making a proper planning regarding this particular sectors of the economy where the number of employees is required, we are educating all the students or all the children in a way like we want and not as per the need of the organization and industries. Second thing is that our education system is even today, it is practicing old age system of education, where there is a lack of professional and practical touch of the organizational activities in any of the organization, in any of the education system, whether it is art, science or commerce. So today we are going to discuss about the lack of vocational, that is employment related education. Those who can work according to the changing working atmosphere in every sector, such type of workers are not created. Now here we are discussing that why our education system is ineffective. So those who can work according to the changing working atmosphere in every sector, such type of workers are not created. It means here, when the employees are employed in any of the organization, at that time the induction training, that is initial training, are given to them regarding their working method, their work atmosphere, their job, etc. But when the working atmosphere is changing, that means when the global competition is higher or the local competition is also tough, there is an invention and innovation in the products and way of doing a business, everything. So they are not capable to adjust with this changing working atmosphere. And due to our ineffective educational system, we are not able to create such type of workers, because here we are not able to provide that kind of education which is common in almost all the areas. Here we are having a specialization after standard 10, in which the future of the student will be decided, that whether he will go for a science, that is either doctor or engineering, or for a commerce where many of the business and employment opportunities and professional opportunities are there, or whether he is going into the arts. But along with, in these particular areas or streams also, we are not providing the education regarding the employment or economic activities. Whatever we are educating the child is just either the history or the geography or the math, science. All these particular subjects are required, but not in only theoretical sense. There are some of the practical sense is also required for for the employment opportunities after completion of education. Let us move forward. With the objective of increasing economic growth rate, technology and mechanization has been adopted by industries and agriculture. Now, as we are seeing that our economic growth rate is increasing day by day. In the initial years of planning, our economic rate was just 3.7%, but in last 2 decades, it is almost 7.7 or 7.8%. Technology is also ever evolving, where we are experiencing a latest technological tool, and mechanization has been adopted by industries and agriculture. So the way of doing business activities or way of professional activities is changing with the changes in time. So such laborers are required who have knowledge of these techniques, but the present education system is opposite to that. It means now, instead of old and outdated techniques of production and agricultural farming, we are having totally latest technological equipped tools where we can get a maximum productivity by using this technology or by using these techniques of production and farming. But our laborers who required to have knowledge of these techniques, but in our schooling or in the educational institutions, they are not providing this kind of education where they are able to cope up with the changing situation. So such laborers are required who have knowledge of these techniques in our schooling, and in some of the areas or in some of the streams they are using the latest tools and equipments for teaching purpose, but they are also not enough because the technology is changing very fast and the syllabus of the education system is not that much fast that they can change it within a stipulated time period. That's why the present education system is opposite to that. Hence, skilled laborers are few because of lack of vocational education. So it may happen that in some of the institutional organization where this kind of facilities or vocational education are provided, that much or the students who studied from these educational institutions are able to cope up with this situation, but they are very few because it is not universality of the vocational education in all the educational institutions, and hence all others who are not studied in this particular institutions are not able to cope up with changing situation. Even our syllabus are designed on the basis of some of the old patterns or on the basis of some of the old syllabus, like the syllabus of standard 11th and 12th is changed before 3 or 4 years. Before that, the old syllabus was of 2003, and they run this syllabus or the data which are given in the textbook is of 2003-4, which we teach up to the 2013-14. So it is also one of the limitation of this educational system that we are not updating with the updation in the technology, invention, innovation in the modern world. And that's why we are lacking in majority of the part, in not in only some of the part, but in the majority part of the syllabus or educational system, or yes, obviously we are lacking in the vocational training. Some of the professional institutions are there, or we can say some of the professional courses are providing this vocational training as an internship or apprenticeship or articleship. Like in after standard 12th, when you are joining a chartered accountancy course, then there is a provision of practical training of minimum 3 years under any of the chartered accountant during your degree or during your educational qualification. That after completion the second stage, you have to compulsorily join any of the chartered accountant for 3 years. Same way in company secretary also, it is required that you need articleship of at least 1.5 year. In doctors, that is in MBBS or in MD and MS also, it is required to have a practical training. So these are the some of the areas only where you will be able to get vocational education or a training related to your working area, but not in all the sectors. Even the universities which are teaching the bachelor degrees are not updating their syllabus for 5, 10, or sometimes they are teaching age old syllabus like 15 years old or 20 years old. So it is because of the lack of vocational education or updated education we are not able to cope up with the changing situation in the modern world. Till the time I have discussed everything which is given over here, and plus have added some of the insights so that you will become able to understand that what is going on. Next, present education failed in mental and physical formation of human being even after acquiring education. It means a person is incapable of self-employment and suffer from problem of unemployment. So here we can see that our present education is failed in mental and physical formation of human being even after acquiring education. Today, in all the syllabus, we are having only theoretical knowledge which is given in a book, or we can say that we are very well equipped with the bookish knowledge, and there is a big lack or lacking part in the practical approach. And in some of the schooling, it is the practice, or some of the institution, it is the practice of physical work only, and they are not focusing on the mental development of the students. So our education system is providing literacy only, that present education failed in mental and physical formation of human being even after acquiring education. It means if you are educated enough, it doesn't mean that you are very well qualified, because the practical knowledge which you require to do any kind of activity is not at all with you, because there is a lack in your curriculum. So even after acquiring education, a person is incapable of self-employment because he is not very well aware about the market system, competition, and everything which is going in the market, and that's why he suffers from the problem of unemployment. If the education will give a job opportunity without any kind of specific qualification, then there will be no problem of unemployment at all. But in our education system, we are not able to provide that much facility or vocational educational training, and hence we are suffering from the problem of unemployment. So this is the lack of vocational education, or we can say lack of practical training. Educational system is also one of the reason of increasing unemployment. Next one, that is point number 6, is lack of manpower planning in India. During planning period, manpower is not planned rightly. The type of labor which is in demand presently in India, availability of similar type of labor supply is not possible, as that kind of human resource planning is not found in the education system. Education has been made a widespread activity without estimation of kind and number of labor requirement. As a result, every year lakhs of educated youth obtain degrees. as they lack knowledge and training required in present economic development. They are unemployed even after being educated. This point is majority related with the last point, that is lack of vocational training. Yet it focuses on the manpower planning. So we will discuss about the manpower planning in this particular topic. In India, during planning period, manpower is not planned rightly. Now the question arises in our mind that what is manpower planning? So here, first of all, we are deciding the different sectors of the economy, and based on the distribution of activities on this sector, now we are planning for a manpower, that how many people are required in primary sector, that is on agriculture and allied activities, how many required in industries, and how many required in service sector. And based on that, we are making a proper manpower planning, so there is no overcrowded in any of the sector, or there is no lacking in other sector. But the fact is also that when we become independent, at that time the majority of the population is dependent on agriculture, and even today also the maximum number of people are getting employment in agriculture sector only. But it is the problem of a system where during the planning period manpower is not planned rightly. It means we are failed to make a proper manpower planning. The type of labor, now what is manpower planning and where we are lacking, we will discuss in this particular paragraph. The type of labor which is in demand presently in India, availability of similar type of labor supply is not possible, as that kind of human resource planning is not found in the education system. Here also they are talking about the education system, but in the last point we discussed everything about the vocational training, where the lacking part is practical approach only. But here the main lacking part is the distribution of manpower according to need. The type of labor which is in demand presently in India, it means we are demanding different type, that is different educational or different qualified employees or persons in different sectors, not in a single particular sector. So the type of labor which is in demand presently in India, availability of similar type of labor supply is not possible. It means if we require a more number of doctors in India, there is always a demand of doctors, and then also there are very less number of doctors available. We required a chartered accountants in a plenty amount, but there is a lack in this part also. So it is the lack of manpower planning. So whatever we required or the type of labor we required, there is a very less availability of similar type of labor supply, because the reason is that as that kind of human resource planning is not found in education system. Have you ever seen that the educational director, or we can say the government or the chief minister, is publishing a data on the requirement of a person in different field, and based on that they are making a planning on education system, like this year we required only 2 lakh persons from the science field, this year we require only 5 lakh people from the commerce stream, or 2 lakh people from the arts stream for this different kind of vacancies or this kind of work. No, never ever. Every time whatever we are seeing is the vacancies are published by the different government and other offices on the basis of requirement, and they never talk about the future requirement on that particular office, so that he cannot make a proper planning. Say for example, the availability of doctor in a developing country like India is 1 doctor for every 6,000 persons, and the same availability of doctors in developed countries is one doctor amongst 350 people. So it is obvious that still we require almost 20 times more doctor than what is available. Sometimes it may happen that the concentration of the doctors and hospitals and clinics is in city areas only, and that's why the people from the village area is suffering, but still we require. Same way on another hand, there is a very less requirement of engineers now, because now we are having a sufficient engineers availability for different kind of activities like mechanical, civil, computer, etc., etc. Still every year lakhs of students are doing their engineering degree, and they are coming up with the engineering degree and they become unemployed. So it is actually the manpower planning that is lacking over here, but same time the educational system is also responsible equally for the unemployment. Let us move forward. Education has been made a widespread activity without estimation of kind and number of labor requirement. Line this statement. Today we are seeing that each and every person is required educational or studies. It means they want to become educationally right, not a literate people. So education has been made a widespread activity. It means all those child who cross the age of 5 years, compulsorily they have to enroll themselves for the education. This is a good thing because the highest literacy ratio is a good for any of the country. But without estimation of kind and number of labor requirement is a lacking part. Because whenever we are enrolling our child, at that time we never knowing that he will take which stream and he will become what. But if the proper data is available that after 10 years or 12 years there will be the requirement of doctor in this country, or there will be the requirement of chartered accountant or company secretaries or masters of business administration in the country, then we make proper planning regarding that. But as it is lacking, we are not able to make a proper manpower planning. As a result, it means without estimation of kind and number of labor requirement, every year lakhs of educated youth obtain degrees. Today we are seeing that on an average every year almost 5 to 7 crore educational persons are getting a degree. If it is not so, then also every year 1 to 5 crore people are getting their educational degree. As they lack knowledge and training required in present economic development, because they are having only bookish knowledge and they are not knowing any of the thing, or they are not updated with the technology or trends or economic development or economic structure of the country, they are unemployed even after being educated. So once they get education, it doesn't mean that it is sure shot for the job opportunities or self-employment. You require a training and proper knowledge regarding the field in which the job requirement is there. And today we are seeing that there is a high level of inflation in the educated unemployment. In a country like India, the maximum number of unemployed people are educated unemployed people. And the main reason behind this is two. First one is a lack of manpower planning, and second one is a lack of vocational educational system. This is direct result of lack of planning of human resource. In many cases, due to lack of employment opportunities, the doctors and engineers with high degree go to foreign countries because of not getting suitable work in our country. During British rule, gold used to move from India to Britain. This one-sided movement is called drain of gold. Similarly, presently, Indian intelligence is moving from India to abroad. This one sided movement is called drain of brain. Now, as we are discussing that in the last point we discussed that unemployment even after being educated is due to the lack of manpower planning. So, the lack of manpower planning directly result. This is direct result of lack of planning of human resource. It means this happens because of the improper planning of human resource where we actually can't find out or figure out the number of persons required for a particular field or a sector. In many cases, due to lack of employment opportunities, it doesn't mean that all those who are educated are lacking this part. Some of the intelligent people are also there, and some of the efficient people who are also there who can work even after getting education, because there is a proper educational qualification and experience, and blend of both these is with them. So, due to the lack of employment opportunities in a country like India, the doctors and engineers with high degree, it means those who have invested their more number of years behind the practice and educational qualification, go to foreign countries because there is the more number of chances of employment opportunities and they are earning a very handsome amount also. So, due to lack of employment opportunities in a country like India, the doctors and engineers with high degree go to foreign countries because of not getting suitable work in our country, and by this way our intelligent and efficient people are moving forward towards the other countries and they become assets of that countries. Today we are seeing that there are many of the articles and many of the different sector experts who are originally from India but residing somewhere else, and they moved because of this kind of particular problem of unemployment. Let us discuss the last paragraph. During British rule, gold used to move from India to Britain. This one-sided movement is called drain of gold. During British rule, they are getting the money in Indian currency or all the assets, ornaments and everything in Indian denomination only. But as the gold is a universal acceptable currency or universal acceptable assets, they are converting their assets or rupees into the gold, and they are transferring this gold from India to Britain, so that with the particular use of that gold, they can convert this gold into any of other countries' currency, and that will helpful in foreign business also. So that one side movement of gold from India to Britain is called drain of gold. Similarly, presently, Indian intelligence, it means all those who are intelligent and efficient enough, is moving from India to abroad. As we are seeing that there are many of the Indian origin businessmen are residing in a foreign country and doing a business very well. Many of the Nobel Award winners are also from the Indian origin. Many of the employees, or we can say the professionals, are also of the Indian origin who are residing in other countries like USA, UK, Japan, etc. So by this way, we are losing our intelligent people. So similarly, presently, Indian intelligence is also moving from India to abroad, as in past the gold is moved from India to abroad. So when the gold was moved from India to abroad, that one-sided movement is called the drain of gold, and today the one-sided movement of intelligence people from India to abroad is called drain of brain. So you have to line this whole paragraph because it the question like what is drain of brain will be asked for 2 marks, and you have to write this full paragraph that the one-sided movement from India to foreign of the Indian intelligence is called drain of brain. So we conclude our session over here. Today we discuss another 2 causes of unemployment, that is lack of vocational education and lack of manpower planning. I hope all of you enjoyed my lecture and it is very clear all the terms and concepts in your mind. If you found any of the difficulties, then please feel free to ask me. Thank you very much, class.